Boy.
Boy, I tell you, this boy is a mess. I love him to death, but he is heavy. Boy, throwing him up and down like that.
Hey, it's trying to get you to do lat raises. Trying to say
know,
you
right?
weaken your shoulders.
Pretty much. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. This is episode 2 of this podcast. Myself, DJ81. Bills is not here with us again. Hold on, let me see something. Is this on my stream? No, there it is. I'm looking at the stream on Twitch, and it went out and it came back. I think
it does that all the time.
Yeah, that was saying. I just noticed that. I seen it do it before. I was just wondering if everything was good. But yeah, like I said, we're just gonna keep everything up and running. If you haven't already, or sometime down the line later on today, check out my latest video. Also, check out DJ81's last episode of What the Fuck Just Happened, and we're just going to get right into it.
That is the first time you have said my show's name on air.
Cut it out, man.
There we go. All right.
It's all
we made it.
You made it? Yeah, man. Yeah, go check it out, man. It's all good. Go check it out. The last couple of days have been fun. I had to work all week, but I am off for the rest of the week, pretty much this entire weekend. So I did my 4 days and I'm done. So it's going to be a lot of fun this weekend. Maybe we'll talk about that at sometime on the ad lib section of the podcast. Been doing a little bit of gaming and all this other stuff. And like I said, life has just been good for the past 3-4 days. Today, we're going to talk about gaming exclusivity. We're going to talk about NFL number restrictions, and we're going to talk about online gaming or lack thereof. If you haven't already, if you want to listen to us when we're not live, you can go to the podcast, your podcast app of your choice, or you can just go to the separated ones that you like and go to Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Also, you can check out the Discord, all that stuff. The link is all that's down in the description. On that Discord, we talk about sports gaming, a little bit of entertainment, and we talk about our favorite dishes and as far as food and, little crazy news here and every now and then. Mm-hmm. As for me, I've been doing pretty good. I'm going to let DJ do his intro, and we'll just get right into it. DJ, how you been?
Well, it's approaching almost 24 hours since the first dosage of the COVID-19 vaccine shot, and it's been hell.
When do you take the second one?
28th of this month. And
so you got 20 days.
Yeah. It's 3 weeks after the first dosage because, the first dosage was yesterday, and it didn't really hit me until if anybody was watching last night could tell by the end of it, I had this look on my face. I was just like just done.
You spaced out, huh?
So after the show, it literally took over. Like, I had all the joint pains. It felt like I had COVID. And for someone who spent the whole year almost at 100% health-wise, that was the worst I've ever felt in this whole pandemic is after taking that shot. I'm not saying that it's a universal thing that everyone's going to have that reaction, but for me, I'm not used to taking foreign substances to include vaccines. I haven't taken a flu vaccine in over a decade, so my body has been just fine, and this shot is just a mere aberration. So
Gotcha.
Just to calm everybody down, anybody with the tinfoil hats and conspiracy theories, like, ooh, well, if he's reacting like that and he's healthy, maybe I shouldn't take the vaccine, or maybe they're 5G. But I tell you what, my phone's reception got better after Wednesday.
Me and my wife was talking about this, and she, my wife said she's going to end up taking it because she's into, being healthy and all this other stuff. I'm still a little reserved about it. I'm not saying I'm not taking it, but I'm just going to wait. I have the wait and see approach because I'm a little skeptical about how fast it was made. But from what I see, it looks like everybody is doing good so far. I haven't seen anything crazy happen, or people having their normal reaction like you are. You're having a normal reaction to having a vaccine or just any other type of shot. I get it, so I'm a fairly healthy person. I don't take the flu shot. I don't really get into all that other stuff like that. It's just by choice, and I'm not against it. But I'm just gonna be more reserved of when I take it. Maybe later on down the line. Maybe once it get cold again. Probably try to have some defenses up. But as of right now, I'm at the wait and see approach.
Well, they
But if
did say, just to cut you off for a second,
no, go ahead.
it did say on the fact as of February 2021, it's still being studied, just to see how this is going. So you still be cautious about this. I'm like, be
Right.
cautious about everything.
Right, right. And see, with me being a truck driver, I'm technically I'm an essential worker, so I can get it at any time. Basically, I think I'll talk to my HR. I think I could just go in any place that provides it and let them know what I do, and I could be I'll somewhat move up to the front of the line. Outside of like healthcare and elderly and stuff like that. But I move up to the further up the line quicker than others. So they said that anytime I can go, I can go. So that's pretty cool, but I'm not in a rush because I know throughout this entire pandemic or whatever, I haven't had any signs. Doesn't mean I had it or had not have it, but I just haven't had any effects of COVID. So I'm just on the wait and see. So we'll talk about that at a later time. Like I said, we're going to talk about gaming exclusivity. We're going to talk about the NFL number restrictions, and we're going to talk about online gaming. And let's get right into it. First of all, I'm sorry. Before I do that, thank everybody who's here. All the participants that's in the chat. Thank you guys so far. There's other people here, and let me see. Let me look to make sure.
Yeah, because we have Sweet Jones, Putteminthegame Sports, State
Yeah.
of Franchise Gaming. He talked about both of the doses left him tired, and that's pretty much what.
Right.
It's like fatigue. I don't even know if I'm gonna play in my football game that's coming up Sunday. I'm not gonna just because my last name is Jordan, I'm not gonna have a flu game type experience on the football field. I've done that one time before.
Right, and like I said earlier, that's what these shots do. They usually do keep you in that type of state for at least 48, 72 hours max. So I get it, So that's good news. As long as nobody like having a real bad reaction to it, and that's when I start to really worry. Nevertheless, let's talk about gaming exclusivity. This is a branch off the video that I just made as far as the golf game. Yes, you're going to have more than one golf game. That's great, but EA Sports have the license to all the majors in golf, and I think this is just terrible overall. I don't like it. I understand it, I get it, but I don't like it because you're not getting head-to-head competition when it comes to these games. Like, I would like to see everybody get a fair shake of their ideas put on the table with all the resources and go head-to-head as far as who makes the better game. We're missing that because one game pretty much is depleted from what makes the PGA the PGA, the majors. And PGA 2K22, I don't know what they have in store, but all I know right now, they have Tiger Woods as a name, but they don't have anything else as far as I guess they have the other courses, but I don't think they have the big ones like EA does. Like I said, I think it puts a damper on the state of competition and the state of choice, because now more people are probably going to lean towards getting the EA Sports title, not necessarily because I thought I had to sneeze. There we go. not necessarily because it's a better game. It's because of the content that it has, and I think it does a disservice to the development of the game, because it just goes back, like we said, with Madden, or in some cases how 2K was in the early 2010s. You can rest on your laurels when you're like the only company making a product, and I hate that. I want to see both teams do good based on it's an even playing field. DJ, what are your thoughts about these two? The situation for both games?
It definitely puts a damper on things. There's the fact that EA once again can, for some reason, is afraid of outright competition in golf, of all things. I mean, how ridiculous is it that you have to get the exclusive license? I'm like, obviously we all know about Madden. y'all know about FIFA as far as the teams and stuff like that. I know Bills and I have talked about it and mentioned we have mentioned it on this podcast before. Um, and the only thing it seemed like they weren't dealing in exclusivity was with the NHL series, in which that was 2K just bowing out.
Yeah, they just bowed out. There's no license to that. They just stopped making it.
So like that's their only victory due to outright just beating or outlast. Well, in that case, it was outlasting the other side. But to operate in exclusivity over a golf game, come on, I think it's bitch made on their part. I understand business is business, and it was even worse to hear it from I guess the CEO of the Masters tournament or whatever, or however they operate the PGA.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Right.
To hear it from him, it was just like, come on, you're definitely out of touch. You know, there's another game that's out. I don't think he understands how good or whatever. He looks like he wouldn't be, but I would think he would be interested in exposing, because one of the things he did say was that he was looking forward to growing exposure of the sport to fans, and you got a golf game that's being made or actually being either published or made by two of the biggest sports companies, or I would say sports in the sports genres companies, 2K and EA. So why would you just expose the Masters portions, like as far as like the big tournaments? Why would you only expose that to one game? That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I totally agree, because if you want exposure to the max, I mean, this is just like we said by the NFL license. If you want exposure to the max, you would just open the license, and everybody do not like to play the same game. That's what makes people different. You would want to expand it throughout various avenues, so people who do like the PGA 2K game can experience the same. They can have the same experience of people who like the EA Sports golf game. You know, to me, it makes sense. Like I said, you know, anybody can be bought. Everyone has a price, and basically that's what looked like what happened here. Because I never heard of a situation where it was literally like the majors of the game was exclusive. Now, I think Tiger Woods, I think EA was the only one that was actually making a golf game at the time, but we never knew anything about it. Any of that was being exclusive. We just knew that they were just making the golf game.
Right.
So, so I never heard of it actually being, these majors are exclusive. Well, no shit. You're the only one making the game. So now you have two companies making it. And I get what 2K has done, because we were still under the impression that they were going to still have, everything under the umbrella of the PGA Tour. Mm-hmm. They just got a name with Tiger Woods under the umbrella. Okay, that's cool. It's no different than what EA did with Tiger Woods in the beginning, or what they did with Roy McIlroy. It's no different. So what I'm thinking of is, like, I think everything should be under the same level playing field as far as that. Same thing with FIFA and PES. It's like, you open it up and let everybody have a chance at it, and the best game win. Not just because, hey, we got this. Yeah, we may have not the best gameplay, but we got this. I think it does a disservice to gamers in general.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, but
go ahead. You're good.
I would just like to see, like, I mentioned FIFA earlier, and it's just like I would like to see EA and Konami just go at it. Everybody has the license to all the teams, and it's basically Konami's or whatever, however you want to pronounce it. Their customization options that they have versus and gameplay versus FIFA's, just main influence being that they have, like, the environments, the graphical fidelity, and maybe the gameplay.
Right.
People
don't realize, prior to January 2005, you had a whole bunch of different NFL games. You had it. The exclusive license was basically signed like late December, early January 2004, 2005. But prior to that, you had like 6 or 7 games. And I'm just talking about in general, but around the 6th generation of GameCube and stuff, I think you still had 3, 4 games. You had Game Day still running. You had Fever. You had Madden. You had 2K. I think that was it. So you had 4 at the time, but even prior to that, you still had other companies making NFL games. I mean, you can go back to, like the 4th generation with the Super Nintendo. I think the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, shit, DJ, we had almost like 12 different NFL games back in the Super Nintendo era.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Capcom made a game. Emmett Smith, you had
Tecmo had a game.
Tecmo had a game. I mean, and we still had the EA Sports and Sega Sports. So you had a lot of NFL games. So I just think, I'm not saying that everybody should make a game at this point. I don't want to. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think we need 6 different NFL titles, 6 different golf games.
No, I don't think people have the attention span.
I don't think we need that many. But I think 2 minimum, 3 max is good. I think if you get 2 good games or 2 games that got to battle it out and maybe a third one for an alternative, I think 3 is a good number. Anything after 3, I think is a little bit too much. And I mean, even like when Microsoft made it, people don't realize Microsoft used to make a golf game with Lynx, and that was a damn good game. It was a very, matter of fact, Lynx was the game that was the real customizable golf game, because that used to be on PC prior to it moving to Xbox. Same thing with FIFA. FIFA used to be on PC before it moved to Xbox, but that was the customizable game for everybody, that played the golf games. And I don't know why they stopped. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal as far as it being exclusive, but losing the Masters and the PGA Championship and all this other stuff, I think that's a real blow to just just the development of golf games in general. Because I think you could have had really good competition here, because people don't know that you can say what you want about EA. EA, they do make a good golf game. I mean, regardless of what we feel about the license.
Yeah, that's what I said the last time we talked about it. They do make a good golf game.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the EA shining points. Their golf game is phenomenal. I mean, hell, I was playing it on my last video. This one right here. This is a good game. I mean, World McIlroy I think is a little less. I don't think it's as good as this one, but EA has done a really good job, and it would be good to see EA's best. You would finally got to see EA's best up against a company, which is the guys who do Golf Club. If those two went up head to head, like 1-to-1 with everything on the table, that would have been a very good look as far as competition in sports gaming. And I think that's something that we're really missing out on. I mean, maybe gameplay wise we'll still see it, because the Golf Club, those guys are no slouch either. They make a really good golf game, but it'd have been nice to see. So I want to branch off to that before we get to the comments. What do you think? How do you think this how do you think this pans out for the rest of competition in sports gaming? Because I made a video not too long saying competition is coming, because we are getting various games and a lot of sports titles. But do you see where it is a possibility where pieces of the sport get exclusives like FIFA and now with the golf game? What do you think, you'll see that in other games as well?
I hope not, because I want to see a company like 2K jump back onto the ice for hockey. I would love to see, if you want to talk about just stuff exclusive, I would like Microsoft to hop back and revive, what was it, SN?
Yeah, SSN
was their Microsoft Sports lineup, basically.
Right. They were basically the answer to 989.
Right. And then Sony does more than baseball for a change. Maybe they hop onto the rink. Maybe they jump into it and make a football game. Game Day, as much as I hate that game, was one of their games. So
it was a pretty popular game too, even though you didn't like it. It was a popular game.
So it's one of those things where it would give you your 2 to 3 minimum,
right.
Your 2 minimum, 3 maximum, because you're talking about the 2 companies. So actually, it would give you 4 if you think about it. Your 2 companies,
Microsoft, EA, and 2K, and
Sony. Right. So it'll give you your main 4. And I think a lot of people would do well if they had a sports game in each genre from each company, and that would be the happy medium. And each game will have their specific differences, but operate and with the way that this console generation, the way the companies are now kind of there's Pelican Man, and kind of working together now and not really hating each other. I'm sure they can come to an agreement like, hey, let's make these games, make them true to each sport that we do, and let's have at it. See who does it the best.
Yeah, I agree. And another company who made basketball games did very, very good. Nobody talks about them. Nintendo made a very good basketball game with the Kobe Bryant series. I don't think nobody talks about it, but the Kobe Bryant basketball game, the Courtside 2002, was very good. I doubt if they'll ever do it again because Nintendo is going way to the other side now. But when they did their game on the GameCube, was actually really good. I saw. I'm gonna talk about that in a second.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I saw that. And I think that's another thing that people don't realize that Kobe Bryant game was a very good basketball game. It's really, a lot better than people give it credit for. But like you said, with that could be a juggernaut, the XSN, if they ever came back, because people don't realize you had Fever, you had Inside Drive, you had Inside Pitch, you had what was the hockey game they had? NHL Rivals.
Yes.
You had Amped, which is a snowboarding game. They had the golf game with links. If they stuck around, I'm thinking about Fever and I'm thinking about Inside Drive. They could have gave EA and 2K a run for their money because those games were actually pretty good.
Yeah, especially if you're talking about with the football, the NFL license is open for the NFL is open for business, and right. Microsoft has the funds. So does Sony.
Yeah,
jump in, boys.
Yeah, I agree. People don't realize how. I mean, I think it was a little more animation driven, but people don't realize for 2004, Fever was actually a pretty good game. It just needed a very little polish, and they could have jumped that onto the 360 and could have kept moving with it very easily because it was already a game that was ahead of its time. Inside Drive was another one. That was a pretty good basketball game as well. Let's get into the comments. First of all, I want to get into compulsive footballer.
Yes, yeah, we both.
He said he almost got struck by lightning here in Texas. Playing b-ball at the park, and the storm came out of nowhere. I never drove so fast in my life leaving the park. But I don't blame you, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's a dangerous situation.
Glad that you're here to live. Yeah, glad you're here. Yeah, I'm glad you lived to tell about it because that's crazy. He said, hell yeah, I never said we had no chance of getting struck by lightning again. There were trees and light posts all around. As soon as I said that, boom, it struck the light post and blew up. Yeah, it's time to go.
Oh, yeah,
it was time to go. It was time to go.
God was like, you didn't see me coming? I mean, I'm the dark guy in the sky. I mean, I would think you would see anything. Oh, like it was done, but light up here, and all of a sudden it got dark. You didn't see me? Boom! Right. All right, now you see me.
Exactly. That's nuts. Complimentary Sports says losing 2K5 football was hard. I was hurt. My friend called me and told me they lost the rights to the NFL. Yes, the thing about it is 2K6 was actually in development. That screenshot is probably erased from the internet because back then 2006 it wasn't as easy it was easy to get things off the internet because it's not like it was today. There was a screenshot of what's his name, running back Dolphins, Ricky Williams. Yes. It was a screenshot of Ricky Williams running over somebody for the Vikings, and that was the only screenshot we had of NFL 2K6, and that was early January. No, it wasn't early January. It was after the exclusive license was already bought out, and somebody leaked it, and I remember seeing it. It was 2K6 work in progress like they used to do. And after that, it was gone, and I possibly because of legal reasons they had to get rid of it, but it was in development, and it was basically from what I saw, it looked like it was an updated. I can say updated version. It looked like it was another original Xbox version of the game. I don't think it was a 360 version, but it looked very good. It was just a more polished 2K5 look. It had him running over the guy for the Vikings with a stiff arm that had his arm out in front of him, not to the side. So it was kind of pretty innovative. Wondering what they could have done with the stiff arm because you don't see too many stiff arms with using the front of the body in front of the body.
Or just contextual in general.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So it would have been pretty interesting to see. I maybe one day I'll look at it. Maybe we can find it somewhere in the dark web. But it is one screenshot out of NFL 2K6. State of Franchise says 2K might make a better golf game, but EA will have the license like NCAA and the big bowls compared to the million other bowl games just for a game like Maximum. Yeah, and it's kind of like that's kind of like what EA is doing to Maximum to a degree. I mean, they're probably going to have all these teams, and they're probably going to be licensing. Obviously, I think they're going to be getting the license to all the bowls as well, and it's probably going to undercut whoever wants to try to make another NCAA game. They probably won't be able to use the bowls in their game. Say if 2K made an NCAA football game, they probably won't be able to do that. It's pretty much the same analogy what they're doing with the golf game.
Now, here's the thing. Golf is now played during the Olympics, correct?
Let me look up. I think so.
Because if they are, I believe 2K, if you're listening out there, the producers, any marketing people, you could go after maybe the international golf courses that they're going to play on during the Olympics.
That would be. Yo, let me tell you something. Honestly.
Like, you want to take the Masters away? Oh, yeah, we'll take the Olympics away. We'll make way more money there.
Yeah, no. Come to think about it, that would be an excellent alternative because you still have like the British Open. You have all these other places that's overseas in Europe that play golf, and they could get the license to those. Then you have a reason to get both games, like for real. That would not be a bad idea. I like the way you thought about that. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because Japan's going forward with their with the Olympics. So,
but not only that, it's almost like the equivalent, like you said, with Japan. Konami. I wish they would localize the damn baseball game because that's a really good baseball game.
Yep.
That game is the equivalent to, I didn't say it's the equivalent, but it's basically like the MLB The Show for Japan. And it's a damn good baseball game. I mean, it's a very good. They need to localize that over here. I think people will actually like it. Because, I mean, baseball is a big deal over there in Japan anyway. So they really take the time to craft that game as such because baseball in Japan is kind of like the soccer in Brazil for them. It's a really big deal for them. Let me see. Say the franchise said FIFA was good. Yeah, FIFA was good for its time. I'm not saying it's one of the best football games out now, but when you go back, if you ever go back and play it, you can appreciate what they were trying to do. Very innovative game. Very innovative. Compulsive Football said, I love the jersey. Tim Tebow, what an amazing guy. May not have been a good quarterback, but what a football player. Either way, most of all, he's doing God's work, which is one of the hardest jobs. I got this jersey throughout the whole time when, Skip Bayless was riding him really hard. And
pause.
Yeah, well, he was riding Tim Tebow. but honestly, I just liked the jersey when I saw it. I was like, okay, I thought it was pretty cool, so I got it. It's pretty cool. Hunter Iggy, good. It's good to see you.
Hey, what's up, Hunter?
Pelican Man, good to see you. Let's talk about Pelican Man again. He said nobody plays golf games, so it's a non-issue. I will tell you this: you may not know this, but these golf games, I mean, even way back in the early 486 PC days, I mean, some of y'all may not know that. 486 PC days, golf games were very, very, very popular. Very popular. Like I said, I think most of the golf games back then didn't have like all of these like these licenses to the man. These games back then, they made their own golf courses and they made their own players. That's why I said this is one game that, and I know me and Bills was talking about this because Bills like to play the game with he liked to play the game with the pros. Golf is one of the few games that my player is a really big deal, kind of like how NBA 2K is right now. Because, see, what you think NBA 2K is with my player, that's how golf was way back then. I mean, still now, even with Lynx 2004, even with the Lynx series, even with Tiger Woods, that's why you think they made a big deal with Tiger Woods in the PS2 days to buy the PS2 camera. Because it was a big deal. Most people that play these golf games don't necessarily, I ain't gonna say most, but every time I hear about them, most people don't play with the pros. Most of them customize their players. So I mean, that's one thing. If they do big on customization over there on the 2K side, maybe they'll have something going for themselves. Now, Optimus Goose says he liked the jersey. Yeah, Optimus is a Broncos fan. I forgot about that. Yeah, he is.
Okay, I still have to respond to Pelican Man. not really directly to his quote, but to his whereabouts. Don't think I didn't see you this past Sunday at AGS Live. I saw you.
He was over there?
Yeah.
So he be lurking at all. He be lurking in all the podcasts.
Right. Huh? Exactly. Now you got the nerve to show up here. Fuck out of here.
Compulsive footballer says Tiger Woods just sounds right when thinking of a golf game. Yeah, because whatever you may think of Tiger Woods and everything that he's done, after he was like untouchable in golf, all the transgressions that he had, and even with this the accident he had now, which he did some crazy stuff behind the wheel. I just put it like
I think that dude was trying to commit suicide.
Something wasn't right. I agree with you.
Because at first I was thinking he may have passed out, but they said this dude was going 80-something miles per hour. They said 75 at the moment impact, but he was doing 80-something.
Yeah, they said at one point he was doing 87 in a 45.
Oh, this dude, he doesn't want to live anymore.
Yeah, but
we need to check on his mental.
Yeah, we need to check on him. Yeah, somebody need to talk to him for real. Right. But Tiger Woods does sound right when that's why I think when 2K made him the face of their game, I thought it was a good move, because like whatever you think about him or whatever he's done, when you think of golf, I mean, even not just the African American community, he's crossed over to even other races. When you think of golf, you think of Tiger Woods. You don't really think of like the other golfers. I mean, they come up, but he's literally like the first name you think about. So I mean, it's really cool. South Sadat, Philly, good to see you. I know he be lurking sometimes. You don't really get comment.
I know, right?
He said, "Do y'all remember in the early '90s, EA Sports had USA Basketball with just the team?" Yes, yep. That was a game. It was based off the
Lakers versus Celtics. Versus Blazers.
Right. It was off that format. Yeah, exactly. I need to find that game. Because I want that game.
Boy, we got a retro game idea coming.
Yeah, I didn't know. I need to find that game. I'm surprised I didn't pick, because I got Bulls versus Lakers and Lakers versus Celtics. Bulls versus Blazers. But I need to get that. Hunter Iggy asked, he said, first and Framerates, do you think that EA Sports will use the rep system from Live 19 in their golf game? No, I don't think so. It would not be a bad idea though, because people don't like to play golf straight up, and it will help with the rep system, but I don't think they will. What they've done with PGA Tour and Rory McIlroy actually worked pretty well for them. I suspect them to do the same thing, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And like we said earlier, that we could talk about Fight Night and and UFC and all that. We could talk about all those games all we want. Golf was probably the only game that EA made that was probably 98, maybe 99% flawless. Their games were their golf games were very, very, you rarely heard any problems about their golf games, unlike, their other games. Mm-hmm. Dre Watson, what's up? Good to see you. Hey, if you guys have not, go check out his podcast. I think I got the link. I will put the link in the description. You guys, not in the description, but in the chat. You guys need to go check out his podcast ASAP. So whenever y'all get a chance, when you're not listening to us, go listen to him. And when you're not listening to him, come listen to us. So
and if you're not listening to all of them, come listen to me on Wednesdays.
Yeah, there you go. So, hey, just like how we said how games supposed to be. You're supposed to have two games and that third alternative. There you go. See how it comes full circle right there, all the way. Compulsive Football said, I love golf games, some golf games, such an underrated game, especially looking back at the 360 Tiger Woods game. Just talking about that game. Do y'all see it? Yeah, right there. He said, me and my buddies got together and played 4 players, so chill and competitive. Exactly.
Yeah, and you know how Pelican Man has shut the hell up because of all these references to folks playing with their friends in golf games, talking about nobody plays golf. Fuck out of here, part 2.
But yeah, man, that's the way to do it, man. They like when we that's what I was saying, like even with the way he said his buddies got together, I'm pretty sure all of them probably created their own type of golfer that's kind of like, even in my video I made my own golfer. Like a lot of people tend to do that when they're playing,
but didn't you make a white guy though?
No. No, he's black. He's black. No, I made a white
guy one time.
That was NBA Live. NBA Live 16. NBA Live 16. I made a white guy.
Yeah, because Bill's made a white guy.
Yeah.
I'm the only one hasn't switched races. I'll probably switch sexes, but not races.
All right, that's the link right there. You guys go check out Dre Watson's podcast. The CTG podcast is on Spotify, so go check that out. As soon as we're done here, you go listen to what. Yeah. As soon as we finish this podcast, and once you finish listening to him, and you come back and listen to us again, because we make good content over. We try to anyway. Let's see. Complimentary. Oh no, I'm sorry. I need to look at Optimus Goop. Really good comment right here. He says it's a business bitch move by EA. They don't want to compete at all in the sports realm. If the NBA was with the shits, EA would try to get the exclusive rights. I totally believe that. I really and you want to know something?
They said they tried.
Yeah, they also about to say they tried, and you know something? Back then, we probably wouldn't have. No, back then we probably wouldn't have batted an eye, because you got to think about it. This is around 2004, 2005. Live 04 and Live 05 was actually pretty decent games.
2K was kind of like, kind of shaky.
Yeah, nobody wanted to play 2K5 basketball. That's like the black eye in the 2K5 series.
But David Stern was like, nope.
Right.
Nah.
Back then nobody would have batted an eye, because Live 05 was actually pretty decent.
See, I don't know about today's commissioner. I think he would take the deal. If this current commissioner was the commissioner back then, he probably would have taken that deal.
Oh yeah, I agree. I thought you were saying if one of the companies tried to come to him with an exclusive deal, would he take it now? Probably not. I'm
about to say if he were the commissioner back then.
Right. I'm just saying, would that be the case now? Problem is, it's kind of exclusive now, low key.
Hell no. I'm like, they talk about 2K in the NBA broadcast. They don't talk about live.
That's what I'm saying.
If anything, if Pelican Man's talking about nobody talks about or plays anything, nobody talks about live during the NBA broadcast anymore.
I'm like me and Muslim Goku on Twitter, probably like the only two that talks about live right now. I mean, hell, even what's his name stopped talking about live. What is his name?
What happened to him? Because Prime.
No, not Prime. No, Prime's another one. No, the other guy. Oh man, he makes content right now. He just did a 2K one. Just recently, just did a 2K video. I'll remember his name in a second. But yeah, like we're like the only two. I still talk about Live 19, and me and Muslim Goku, and maybe Smitty every now and then. We're like the only two. It's crazy.
See, that's another reason why you're wearing 15 on that Broncos jersey. You're also talking about the greatest NBA Live that ever came out.
Hey, listen. Between Live 15, Live 10, and Live 05, there you go. Tico, he said it. Tico, he used to be. He don't even talk about Live anymore. Absolutely. Nah, Agent used to do it too, but Tico was big on Live. I mean, he was probably about as big as Prime was, but he wasn't as fanatical about it. But Tico was really big on Live, really big. Complimentary Sports talking about the white man. Come on, man, we supposed to be. Hey man, hey Live 16, hey Live 16, but dude was hooping. Philly said, y'all are really good with the comments. I can't stop. This is pretty dope. Philly Sadar said, is 2K5 the one with AI on it? Live with smoking. No, 2K5 is the one with Ben Wallace on the cover. And Live 05 had Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, 2K was struggling when they had the ESPN license. They had the presentation, but they were just struggling at that point.
Yeah, 2K was good up until maybe Live 04. Not Live 04, but 2K4. Because, I mean, the Dreamcast basketball games, those are excellent. Those are great. And then when they moved over to the PS2 and original Xbox, they started to fall off a bit. And by the time 2K5 came out, oh man, I mean that game. SI on Twitter, he loves that game, but that's not the wave, not at all. Compulsive Football said, "What's worse, NBA 2K18 or Live 14?" Live 14.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 14.
Yeah, 2K18 had his issue, but Live 14. Oh my God, Live 14. Let's see. He's composed. He said, "No wonder Ben Wallace is trash." I like D for 3. D for 3 is all right. The only thing. D for 3 loves to debate the young guys about old school like 90s basketball. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the 2 podcasts he's on are great. Yeah, that's another podcast you guys need to go check out. What is it? What is his podcast called? I know the other one with NLCS. I know that one, but he has another one. But the NLCS podcast comes out every Sunday. If you're a basketball head, required listening. I definitely agree with that. I know Dre Watson. I know he agrees with me about that. NLCS podcast is the best basketball podcast in my opinion. Sorry, Sim Nation. Dre Watson said there's not that many people talking about live besides. Yeah, we're the only ones that do it. He's right.
Pretty much.
We're the only ones that do it. Let's see. Complimentary Sports say he like NBA 2K5. I like the visuals, but the game. Let me tell you the problem with 2K5 had a problem similar to Live 16. None of the layups went off the glass. I hated that. And I don't know why. That is basic basketball. It's one of the first things you learn about basketball when you want to shoot a layup. It's off the glass. But he talking about 100. Yeah, Dre White. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's one of the best best basketball podcasts out there. It's hands down, no joke. The only good thing about Ben Wallace is his hair and armbands.
I swear, this Ben Wallace slang.
Yeah, man. Y'all ain't got to do Ben Wallace like that, man. No, that man ain't trash.
He was only trash when he was on the Bullets/Wizards. Once he got on Detroit, it was all over.
Yeah, it was around. I mean, he had a little run.
He had potential, but but then he blew up once he left Washington.
Yeah. He had a little run with the Bulls, but the Pistons. Ben Wallace is the guy. That's the man. That's the man. No joke. Anything else you want to add to the gaming exclusivity and all this other crazy stuff that's going on? Hopefully we get some quality games at the end of the day. I think that's the main thing we should get.
Like I said, these companies need to have a true competition and just like the console companies are doing, they're not fighting each other. They're actually working together I wouldn't say working together to make quality games. They're working together to screw the consumers. But it's more or less have these companies come together with these sports games and agree to look, we're going to make some quality games. We're going to have some fun. We're going to make some money at the end of the day. But if we make these quality games between the 4 of us, we should do very well.
Yeah, I think so. I think so as well. I think at the end of the day.
And EA needs to take. I'm sorry, but EA needs to take simulation out the language of the reason why 2K can't make a sim game. That's some bullshit.
My thing is, I just feel that to make the best games possible, you need an even playing field and let your devs do the work. Because I will say this: if the devs at EA, and I'm not saying that they do this, but if the devs at EA know they have something that the other game don't. Why would they work hard for the quality of the game? You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't need the quality of the game to be this high. They're going to play this game because the Masters is in the golf game. That should not be the reason why you develop this game. You should develop this game like, oh, they may put this in the Masters. They might develop the game where the Masters is a 1-to-1 visual. Maybe we need to step up our visuals too. Maybe they're going to do this at the PGA Championship. We may need to step up too. Oh, they're doing interviews, like post and pregame interviews with the golfers. We may want to do that too. On top of having your quality already going to be top notch because that company's already making the game. That's where you get the high quality in the games. It's just you don't see. I mean, you just don't get it because of that, and it really sucks. Mm-hmm. Let's get into the next topic. We're going to talk about these number restrictions. I want to get your thoughts about this, and I think this is going to cause a pretty good discussion. Thanks, everybody who's here. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, and if you don't mind, share this podcast as well. Let everybody know what we're doing over here, because what happens when you share it, they tend to come over here and listen as well, and we can roast, and you can possibly roast those guys in the comments as well. So it's a win-win for everybody. We really appreciate it. All right, let's I'm going to share this screen. I don't have the official one, but this is pretty much telling you what's going on here. The number restrictions rule is possibly going to be changed, and they're expected to pass a rule that will relax the number restrictions per Peter King, and I believe Peter King because, I mean, he's pretty reputable. And
First of all, fuck Peter King. He's the reason why Art Monk took so long to get into the Hall of Fame. So he can kiss my ass.
Well, DJ obviously got a personal vendetta against him, and I do agree with him if that was the reason why. I agree with you, DJ, but he is reputable at the end of the day.
Fuck him.
So these are the numbers that are possibly being proposed. The quarterback's still going to be 1 through 19. Wide receivers 1 through 49, and 80 through 89. Running backs and tight ends the same way. Defensive backs, I think this is already the case. Well, no, they're 20.
No, it isn't. That's what I'm about to say.
I'm about to say they're 20 through 49. My bad. So they'll be 1 through 49. Linebackers be 1 through 59, 90 through 99. Offensive linemen 50 through 70. Isn't that already the case? Offensive linemen 50 through 79. No, they go up to 9. They go up to 99. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, not for the offensive linemen. You don't see offensive linemen
in the 90s. You're right.
No.
You're right.
A lot of the numbers are as far as the rules are going to stay the same, but it looks like it's mainly the DBs, defensive linemen.
You're pretty much looking at offensive
linebackers that had the 50s included. Not a lot of defensive linemen. Now you see, and I don't even know. I'm like, it's basically like college now. That's basically what I'm seeing.
That's what it looks like. It looks like it's going to be somewhat of a college because, like you said, the restrictions were basically limited to what the DBs can do 20 and less, linebackers 20 and less. Linebackers were 40 and less because I know there's some linebackers with 45 or whatever. Defensive linemen, I think that was pretty much. I don't think there's been pretty much changed. I think the defensive linemen always been around at 50 to 99. What's missing from the defensive linemen? 70s? No, because
it was starting in the 70s. No, wait a minute.
No, because
60s.
Yeah, 60. Yeah, they did not wear any 60s. That's right.
Yeah, because Brock Lesnar had 69 in his short stint with the Vikings.
Allen did too from the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Jared Allen or Jason Allen?
It's Jared Allen.
Jared Allen, he had 69 as well. So I think that's the exception, not the rule. Mm-hmm. But yeah. What do you guys think? DJ, what do you think about these numbers? I don't necessarily have a problem with them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I really at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with it. I'm a little like obsessive over the wide receiver numbers. So I was always obviously me and VF, we've been brought up in the days where it's like the receivers were in the 80s and that was exclusively their numbers.
Right.
And as you can tell with the jerseys in the background, 81 is Art Monk's number, which I mentioned before, and was my number when I was playing football. Still is my number when I play rec league. Right. So to expand all these numbers, they were already. I'm like Keyshawn Johnson was the main person.
He started. I think he was one of the ones that started with 19, number 19, right?
Right, and they just featured him on NFL Network football stories. They were talking about wearing 19 when he went to the Jets. So it's just like it just expands it a little bit more. You've already seen some mock numbers with players already in the NFL with their college numbers.
There they go right there. There it is. There's Derrick Henry with number 2.
Imagine being trucked by somebody with a number 2.
But I ain't gonna lie though. That look kind of dope though. I like that. Here's Ramsey, number 8.
Yeah, it's pretty much college.
With a CD Lamb.
Yeah.
They number 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jefferson number 2. Oh, that's the only one for that one.
Players looking more feminine these days.
I wasn't going to go there, but
it's just like each person got prettier and prettier. I'm like, what the hell?
I ain't gonna go there. I wasn't gonna go there. Here's the second one. There's what's this? Diggs.
Yeah, that's
Stephon Diggs. Mm-hmm. Ezekiel Elliott. This don't look right.
Well, it only doesn't look right because it's a Cowboys jersey.
No, just say Ezekiel Elliott. He was number 15 at Ohio State. I know that, but that just looks weird on him.
Yeah, it's a Cowboys jersey.
That's what it is. The Cowboys.
That's what it is. Basically, the Cowboys jersey.
Okay.
It's a slave marker. Yeah.
All right, next one. I like that. I like the Christian McCaffrey one. I like that.
Yeah.
One.
Now that Teddy is going to be gone.
Yeah, I forgot about that. All right, here's the next one. Here's Alvin Kamara, number 6. He's number 6 at Tennessee. I don't know about that one. I like this one though. Odell Beckham number 3 because it's number 3 LSU. Is he the only 2 on this one? Yeah, that sucks. I thought they were gonna put some more out here.
Well, I know Washington had a bunch of them, but I don't think they posted them on Twitter. I think it was on Instagram. But they had
Chase Young.
Hey, Chase Young, what, number 2?
Yeah, it was number 2. Yeah,
we had, and then Cameron Curl was number 2 apparently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I forgot what other number. I think the receiver Samuels, he was 11, and they had him.
Yeah, Gandy Golden was number 11 too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't have a problem with it. The only thing that I would like to stay restrictive is the quarterback number. I think it's weird to have a quarterback like a Doug Flutie or something, number 22.
21.
Yeah. I would. That would be kind of weird to have a quarterback with the number higher than 19. I think what was that kid out of Michigan? He had like number 98 as a quarterback. That just looked really weird for a quarterback. But other than that, I'm okay with the restriction. Even if they did loosen the restriction for the quarterback, I'd be okay with it. But personally, I think 1 through 19. One thing I noticed, they don't have number 0 on none of these. And college with the number 0.
Oh well, I couldn't have a 0 on a football
Really?
field. No, if I was running a program in college and somebody wanted 0, like, nope, don't do it. Like, mentally, I don't want any 0s on the field.
You mean 0 as in like that? Their status is 0, or just a number.
Well, like I said, mentality-wise, I don't want any 0s on the field. So I don't want to see a jersey number 0 on the field. And I don't want anything to do with a 0 on the field. Either a 1 or 99. No 0s.
Hey, man. I mean...
Man, you don't like playing with handicapped people, so I'm
just
saying.
On. Wait a minute. I did not say that.
Yes, you did. It was recorded. Man,
I said
on Xbox Live.
I don't want to play
with somebody who's deaf or whatever.
I did say that. I did. Well, that is, but not. I mean, they can have other handicaps. I'll play with them. But deaf, I think it doesn't serve a purpose if we're playing a game that we have to hear each other. I mean, I don't know. But look, Raymond Johnson for
you play
Georgia
with people
Southern.
that don't talk on the mic. It's the same thing.
Let's get back to this. Raymond Johnson, he's an NFL prospect. He's going to the NFL draft. I highly take a look at this guy. He's going to be pretty good, like Kendall Vildor. But he wore number 0 for Georgia Southern. Look, this is dope. Do y'all see anything wrong with this? No.
You're only saying it because it's Georgia Southern. You did notice how you didn't go to any other. You had that ready to go,
sir.
Mm-hmm.
He wears number 0.
Favoritism.
Mr. Ham, help me out here. You don't have a problem with it.
Favoritism, bias.
You don't have a problem with this.
Next subject. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, exactly. But he said he has no problem with it. Now, double 0s, I don't know about double 0s on a football jersey. I think we might be going a little bit too far double 0s. But double 0s look good on a basketball jersey, though. But now I don't think about football. But Mr. Helm said, no, me neither. He has no problem with Raymond Johnson. I'm good with it. But seriously, though, I might be with you on the NFL tip. I don't think 0 would be good in the NFL. College, okay. But the NFL, I'm probably with you on that one.
I'll put 0 on the coach. If you want to put a number somewhere, that number somewhere, put that on the coach. Or on some of these referees. They got triple digits on them, some of them.
What was that sport? Was that a sport that players wore triple digits? That's probably some backyard football basketball game that was played on MTV or something.
Probably.
Yeah. But I don't see a problem with it. If there's any changes outside of one, like I said, the quarterback one, is it one that you would like to see different that you see on this list?
No. I'm fine with the way it is. I definitely, like I just mentioned, I don't want to see a 0 in the pros. I mean, as far as the NFL is concerned, I do like this Derrick Henry one. I like this a lot. I don't know why, but I think that looks really cool on him. The number 2 like that. Imagine the NBA had a number restriction based on position. That would
they don't. But
I remember they did. Yeah.
Yeah, because Dennis Rodman wore like Yeah, it would
91,
be.
76.
Yeah, he was 73 at the Lakers or something like that.
73 with the Lakers. I'm trying to figure out. He was 10. He wore 10 with the Spurs before
with the
he
Spurs
switched to
and
91.
Yeah, he was number 10 with Detroit as well. Yeah,
and the Spurs, and then 91 with the Bulls and 73 with the Lakers. I think he went to one more team before he bowed out.
Yeah, he was with another. I can't remember who he was with.
Right now, you got a dude who got traded to the Celtics wearing 94.
Yeah, that's so weird. And Robert Parrish, speaking of Celtics, he wore double zero.
Yeah, he wore that with Chicago as well.
Yeah, he did.
The only player Jordan would not fuck with.
Oh, he knew better. He knew better. Yeah, you want to roll up in everybody. Robert Parrish, like, look, listen, you do all that with them, but you fuck with the right one right now. Jordan, like, oh, okay, you want to play with us? Do you think that they said they expected to pass? If it passed, you think they'll start doing this next year or the year after that?
You can do it right away.
Because you know how some rules are. They kind of like, they'll either try to test it.
That's right. Because here's the thing. It's money, mainly money. Because
jersey sales
and stuff like that. So your big stars may not be able to change right away. But some of the lesser known people that don't even have jerseys out, they'll be able to switch right away.
Yeah. I would think this because of jersey sales. If they do this like right after the draft or whatever, I can see them probably restricting it to rookies, possibly, and then next year everybody could do it. Because rookies, you don't know what numbers they are just yet, so I can see that possibly, like you said, lower tier. Let's say if you had a right guard or you had the second string defensive tackle or something, I can see them doing that. So
Mr. Ham is saying that the NBA used to have it until Bill Russell wore number 6.
Really? Let me look that up.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That is. I was about to say.
I'm like, I remember like the traditional restriction was just 1 through 50, or 1 all the way up to 50. Wasn't 50 to like 55 if he thought about it. Because I remember one year on a travel team, I wore 54. And really, as far as basketball, I consider that a weird number for a point guard.
Wow. Listen to this. There is a restriction. I don't know if there was one back in the day, but
it's currently one now.
There's one now. They said no player has ever worn number 69, which is believed to be banned due to its sexual connotations. The NBA has never confirmed this though. Dennis Rodman had allegedly requested to wear number 69 when he joined the Dallas Mavericks, but was refused and he wore number 70. That's the other team that he played for.
But they could wear 66 though. They could wear 68. 68 can be considered the opposite of 69, so that is considered sexual. 66.
Here it is right here. It says it right there. No player ever wore number 69 because of the sexual connotation, but it's never been confirmed. But
so it must be an unwritten rule that like, hey, don't, I'm like, you guys are on TV all the time. Don't be just broadcasting that you're wearing 69 every night.
But you know what though? I think it's an unwritten rule because of Wilt Chamberlain.
I'm
just saying. I'm just saying. You don't think so?
And when they wear when they ban 99, one number short of his record conquest.
Dre said, "Imagine getting dunked on by a guy with the number 69 on his jersey."
Yeah, especially you got dunked on and he swung and his nuts hit you in your face. Yeah,
man.
So.
and then he just happens to flip upside down.
Oh, the joke with Paul Pierce was like he got shot with a 6-shooter 9 times.
He said Paul Pierce would have worn number 69. I bet he would. Now he would.
He put it on one of the strippers.
I know, right? Wear this jersey, baby. Compulsive Footballer says he don't like it. It's going to be weird. Keep the numbers the same, but that's just another reason to be different from the NFL and college. Yeah, I do understand that, but I will say this. The NFL has done a pretty good job of trying to implement college atmosphere to the NFL, and I think it helped the NFL. I think we talked about this the other day as far as some of the playbooks, some of the play calling, some of the skill set. They're bringing some of that stuff from the college to the NFL. And I think at the end of the day, I think football is football. As long as you're not doing any like weird backyard stuff like arena football type stuff, I think it's fair game. Even with the college atmosphere, even though the hash marks are spread out, I think the NFL and college have a lot in common than most people would like to believe, especially nowadays because of the athlete is being more diverse in what they can do. Like we can even go back with Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow, he played quarterback, but he could have played tight end. He could have played running back. He could have played fullback. In some cases, he could have played offensive lineman. He was just so big. It's just that it could have been done, but you look at other players now that can play different positions. I think they're just trying to implement it. So I think the numbers would be okay.
I think the final frontier would be for all football at all levels adopt the XFL's kickoff rule.
That needs to be done. I agree with that.
That has to be done.
Yeah, I think that was an excellent move by the XFL, and that's something that they need to not only just the NFL. I think the college game should be able to do that as well, because you still have best of both worlds. You still have a situation where they can run the ball back. They can is much more safer. You're not moving the kickoff out of the game, and in some cases, that actual kickoff format is actually a little more exciting than what they have now. So yeah, it's good to see a kickoff be ran back all the way, but under those circumstances that the XFL got it, I think it's a bigger feat to run one back under that situation. So I think it'd be great at the end of the day. So hopefully NFL, hope you learn something and do that. That'd be great. Let's see. Wow, Antonio Wilson, he subscribed to the channel. I thought he was already subscribed. Appreciate that, Antonio. You haven't been in the chat, but you're here. That's good to see. Anything else you got? You want to jump to online gaming and talk about?
We can definitely jump to online gaming.
All right, online gaming. We're not just technically talking about the entire online gaming as an umbrella, which we could, but Outriders was just released and they're having serious problems with the online game. Some people are getting kicked out of the games. Some people are actually having problems linking up. Even Outriders said themselves, when you cut the game on, they tell you don't try to link up with people on PC if you're on console. And in some cases, don't try to link up with people when you cross-play from Xbox to PlayStation 4. But they say that's more of the safer route to go. Why do these games... Yeah, well, we kind of know why these games be bought out in a broken state the way they are. But why they just can't at least get the online aspect of most of these games up and running from the beginning? DJ, what are your thoughts?
Well, I know an Outriders situation was the fact that they weren't prepared for the amount of people that would be playing. And I think I was listening to a podcast earlier. Shout out to Ash and Luca and the Scumcast.
That's another good one. Yeah.
And I know Dre listens in every now and then. Obi-Wan, I know he listens in every now and then. And it was one of those things where they mentioned that at the last second they accepted the Game Pass offer. So to release the game on Game Pass, it definitely would open the floodgates for more people to try or play the game that they were initially anticipating overriding the servers. But all the other stuff, I think they're already patching the game to the point where certain character roles, certain weapons and stuff like that are already being nerfed. So the fact that this game just released this week and they're already, understandably, they're trying to get the servers to be able to handle more than what's going on. It'd be in better shape to handle what's going on. But you're already making adjustments to the game that people haven't really gotten used to yet.
That's what made me pause for a second. He said, "Why are they nerfing players already?" I mean, that's just weird. I don't know anything about it, but I find it weird that they would do that before more people can actually get on the game to play.
But it's just like, also mentioned on the Scumcast was that when I think the dude's name is Slow-Mo, he was saying that him and Luca were playing the game before it got released, and it was playing just fine. And you crossplay, which you mentioned, crossplay was fine. Online play was just fine. It's just once it released and
it wasn't ready for the traffic.
Right, it wasn't ready for the traffic. And then, but on top of that, don't add multipliers to this situation to where, okay, you already got to deal with the servers. Now you're trying to make adjustments to the game for what? When the game hasn't even made it one whole week. So they need to focus solely on those servers and getting them up to speed and up to par before they even address the gameplay stuff.
I can agree with that because I played the game offline. I think the game is a pretty good game. I like it. It's not a bad game by no means. But the fact that you just have all these issues, because a lot of people just like to play online. A lot of people live for that type of stuff, and I'm okay with that. That's the way it should. That's kind of the way gaming is going anyway. People like to play online, and that's cool. But with that being said, you're looking at a situation where this online stuff is just a damper to the fact that people are just more social, and when you take that away from them or you don't have it working the way that it's supposed to, some people may not come back to the game because you only get first impression with most people, and it got to be a good one.
Right.
And if it's not a good one, I don't care how good your game is, they may not come back. Look at Cyberpunk.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? 44 gigs, 44 gigabyte patch, and it still got problems. Like,
well, we go back to Battlefield 4.
Oh my God! You know what? I'll let you finish before you go.
Battlefield 4 being that online launch disaster that it was, it's just a painful reminder that they are still just not ready to release. Either they're not, because like I said, in Outriders' situation, they underestimated, or maybe a decision was made above them to put it on Game Pass, so that added more traffic than their servers are able to handle. But still, you gotta also anticipate that, or have more faith that more people are gonna play your game. Especially if, look, from watching gameplay, it reminds me of The Division, and it also reminds me of what's the other one? Bungie's game. Destiny. It's more like, it reminds me more of Destiny than The Division, but people are playing those types of games. It's not like you're going to release this game and no one's going to play it. This is the type of game people are playing these days. You mean to tell me you didn't think for 1 second that more people were going to probably want to jump on this game? I'm like again, it didn't help that the powers that be above them decided to take the Game Pass bag and dump more people on you at the last second.
Not only that. I'm pretty sure they knew the window that they was releasing in, and they know that for all intents and purposes, gaming was pretty dry this first quarter of the gaming cycle. Hell, me and you talked about this when the past couple weeks ago. The consoles themselves, their games are just pretty much dry since they've been released.
I'm about to say, people are streaming It Takes Two.
And what is it? Fall Guys?
Well, Fall Guys, that was something that was, but I'm talking about like right now in this current
quarter.
About
the generation. I got you.
People are streaming It Takes Two. Jack.
Kobe,
it's
bad out here.
It is horrible out there.
It's bad, and that's one of the reasons. Like me and DJ, we're now like in the process of, we're in the pursuit of actually trying to get a console now, but we kind of saw it back in December. We was like, if they're in a store, we'll probably get it, but we're not in a rush because we knew there was nothing out there to attach ourselves to the consoles. Most of the time when these consoles come out, there is the game that say, hey, I want this along with it. And like for us, going back to the online thing, we knew that we was getting an upgrade in Battlefield 4, and we played it. DJ, how many times we got kicked out of a server? No, we didn't get kicked out of the server. We got kicked out of the game in general.
Yeah, it happened almost, I would say 80% of the time.
Right, that first month and a half, I mean,
Yeah,
we couldn't do nothing. I mean, we were winning, we were doing our thing, and all of a sudden, poof, we got the
gone.
blue screen. It wasn't
Right.
like we got kicked out to the beginning of the game. We got kicked out of the game. It was, I think it was like, wasn't the shareholders was upset at EA Dice about that? Let me look that
Yeah,
up. Let me look that to
I
make sure.
believe so because they spent a good year fixing that game, and they got it to a good state. Unfortunately, others couldn't follow suit down the road, like a Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5, unfortunately, that their recovery efforts to their online game didn't work as well as Battlefield 4.
Now, let me tell you something, man. Battlefield 4, they were able to survive because of how good the game. I ain't gonna say how good the game was. The content that was in that game. That's what made that game. Because if it was like content anywhere near like, let's say, Battlefield 3 or anything less than that, that game, nobody would have went back to that game. Like nobody would have went back to BF4 if that was the case. Cause I mean, let me show you how bad it was. This is how bad it was. I got the article right here.
Okay,
Third law.
while you're talking
Oh,
about that, I'm gonna step away real quick. I'll be
go
back.
ahead. Hand me your business.
Mhm.
This says third law firm seeking EA shareholders for Battlefield 4 suit. This how bad it was. It was so bad because another law firm is looking for Electronic Arts shareholders who could participate in a class action lawsuit alleging that the company officials violated U.S. security laws by giving the false impressions of the quality of Battlefield 4. This is what we were talking about when the game came out. It was so bad. We used to get kicked off the game. We didn't get kicked off like the server that we were using. We got kicked off the game completely because it was just that bad. And they made a big turnaround because Battlefield 4 was so good at the content that they had. It was a very good game content wise, and that's what made it survive. If they didn't have all the DLC, if the premium wasn't necessarily what it was, Battlefield 4 would have been a much different state than it was in, possibly to the point where Battlefield would have been on a lower totem pole of first person shooters. It was really that rough. Let's see. EA's stock price tumbled after a problematic release of Battlefield 4 on PS4 and Xbox One. And again, December 4th announcement that developer EA Dice that the studio was halting all development on Battlefield 4 expansions until after it fixed the game's numerous issues. So like I said, they had like serious problems with the game, and me and DJ was a casualty of it. I mean, we tried our best to play it. We kept getting kicked out of the game. It was really, really bad when we were trying to play the game. Let's see. I just put the article up. Did you hear that, or you were gone? Or you want me to?
Oh, I was gone the whole entire time.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me pull it back up so you can get an idea what we were talking about. Okay. I got it right here. These are the things that I highlighted right here. About another lawsuit was filed. Another law firm, was looking for electronic shareholders who could participate in the class action lawsuit, saying that it had violated security laws by giving false impressions of the quality of Battlefield 4. Also, it says right here that the stock price tumbled after the problematic release of the game on PS4 and Xbox One. They said EA Dice was halting all development, like you said that the Outriders should do, halting all development of expansions until after it fixed the game's numerous issues.
And see, you know what's funny, because other recent games have done the same thing. I know, and right now, Cyberpunk is one of them. Yep. There was another game that, Anthem.
Yep.
Oh, God. Well, Anthem's dead.
No, I'm just saying. They halted all production to try to fix it until the people just stopped playing the game. They never came back to actually say, hey, we fixed it, come back and play. Well, the game was jacked up so bad, people just didn't want to play it no more.
No. They actually came back and said, it's dead. Because there was supposed to be an Anthem 2.0 that they were going to try to attempt, but they were just like, nope, we're just going to just close up shop. So that game is dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it just goes to show, like, what Battlefield did was they were able to just sell us on the content, because like you said, the premium content, the maps, the weapons, all the other stuff, they did a pretty good. Yeah, there he is. And there's Jared. What's up, Jared? What's up, Antonio? Good to see you. What I was saying was they were able to put so much content out that people kind of forgot about the problems, and they started playing the game, and it actually turned out to be pretty good. That's what saved them.
Another game that had a very problematic release, No Man's Sky.
Yeah, and they did the same thing. Didn't they stop all production to fix the game, or they just kept
They went radio silent. You didn't hear from these niggas for like a whole year before they started. And Sean Murray was like, I'm sorry for going radio silent, but we've been working really hard because I know I kind of lied. Yeah, you did lie. But then they've been releasing free content, expansions, no microtransactions. I think they kind of ventured into it a little bit. But they've done very well on their road to recovery.
That's what I'm about to say. You know what? I have no ill will to No Man's Sky because they messed up, they acknowledged it, and they did it the right way to fix it.
Well,
what happened today?
Well, I was playing on permadeath, and I fell through the bottom of the map and died.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So you got cyberpunked.
So
you got cyberpunked.
Right. Yeah, I fell through the bottom of the map. You realize how bad this was? Man, I had just made it through a storm to get this like hermetic seal to like fix my ship. I got to the place, got the hermetic seal, and all of a sudden, boom, fell through the bottom of the map, died, saved, gone because it's permadeath.
I think that's the new term that we should have if somebody falls through a map. They got cyberpunked. They got cyberpunk. Or anytime you see like a weird glitch, you got because that's basically what's going on now. I mean, back then, it happened in other games, but it's like prominent with this game because it was so much hype. Like if that happens, you get cyberpunk. That's what it is.
That's basically what happened. It was like I got sucked, and it was funny because it was some clues that this was going to happen because I was picking up some oxygen, and it would go to first person, and it would vibrate like there was some large creature walking by, and then all of a sudden I would walk away, it would go back like, oh, some BS about to happen. I made this long journey just to get to it's the initial stages of the game. Made that long journey, made it through a storm, almost died during the storm, picked up the hermetic seal, then like the scene out of Zelda 2 when you're falling.
Oh,
yeah, that's what it looked like.
Oh man, that's messed up. Oh man, that's just terrible. But hey, listen. Like I said, overall, No Man's Sky, I don't give them the benefit of the doubt of what happened to you just now, but based on the overall scheme of things, what they went through, with the lion and all the stuff, for them to bounce back and make the game they did, I do commend them for that because you don't see that with a lot of games nowadays. They fuck up and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even try to make it right. I mean, look at Cyberpunk. I hate jumping on them, but look at them. They royally messed up this game by their own doing. The game wasn't even finished, and they decided to put it out. Turn back around, put out a 44 gigabyte patch, and the game is still messed up. Like, you can see gameplay on YouTube right now. People post patch, they got cyberpunked. They went through the screen. They went through the ground. The police just spawn out of nowhere when you do something wrong. They don't show up like GTA. At least they show up like they may spawn, but they spawn like around the corner where you don't see them, where it gives you the immersion that they actually showed up riding around the corner to get you. They're not like popping up out of nowhere with their gun drawn already and ready to shoot you. It's like, like you think it's bad in real life. You still imagine a police officer just spawning out of nowhere with their gun drawn ready to shoot you. That's nuts.
Well, that's playing Cyberpunk while you're black.
Exactly.
That's basically the patch they gave us. They gave us the Cyberpunk Black Edition.
Right, exactly. But it's crazy. 44 gigabytes. That's what, 1, 2. That's almost 6 PS3 games. In some cases, that's like 2 PS4 games. That's unreal. Do you have?
Hey, well, now these days, one, maybe like 3/4 of it. If
right.
If you're checking Call of Duty's,
well, if it's Call of Duty, that's not even a third of a game.
told you it's like a quarter.
But you would think after 44 gigs, you would think that the game would be complete because it was already like a 50 gigabyte game to begin with. You got to understand, Red Dead Redemption is a 100 gigabyte game. Mm-hmm. So you're talking about, now you're talking about like a 90 gigabyte game in Cyberpunk, and you still got places where NPCs aren't even walking around in parts of the city. That's unreal.
Well, shoot, on top of that, just to shout out the consoles a little bit, not in a good way. You got consoles releasing where they've reduced the amount of memory that you can work with from the beginning. Instead of getting like a whole terabyte, you get like 800.
I was just about to say that.
600 something terabytes. Something like, it's 600 and something gigabytes, and it's just like, the fuck? The last thing you gave us a whole terabyte, or at least 900 something gigabytes. Jeez.
They gave you a whole terabyte in the Pro. But obviously I think it was like 30 or 40 gigs was to the actual
the other.
Right, and that makes sense. I mean, when you have you're gonna have some memory allocated to that type of stuff.
Right.
But it's like with the new consoles, I think they took out more. I think it's like almost 200 200 gigs for something. I'm like, what?
And Microsoft handicapping everybody by coming out with the S.
Right.
S is stand for
Did you see the proprietary memory cards that you could do to expand the Xbox Series X? Those things, I'm gonna look up. Those memory cards, expanded memories, they're like super expensive. Let me see. Xbox.
That's why this generation this next generation makes absolutely no goddamn sense. Like you gotta cut out memory. I'm like, first of all, Microsoft makes money off the controllers. Yeah, you probably found something. Yeah.
Come on, man. Look at this.
Show the people.
I'm going to show. This memory card that you get for the Xbox Series X. Look at this. $200 for this? For one? Come on, man. I get it. It's a solid state drive, but come on, bro. Now this don't make no sense. Now for real, that's too much.
And how many terabytes is it? Or how many gigabytes? Only one?
1 terabyte.
Damn, I got a 1 terabyte external for like 124. What the fuck is this? And the one I have is better than that.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, man.
Microsoft be driving up the prices because they can.
And I want a Series X too. I should never look this up, bro. Hey, look, State of Franchise, good point. He said PS5 disabled their external memory until they figure out how to sell compatible one. Because I think their external memory actually has a problem with some saves.
And that would be the second time that Sony has done that.
Yeah, because they have a problem with their saves. Like, if you try to take your PS4 saves over to the PS5, I think there's a possibility that you get your saves corrupted or something like that.
Wait a second. Okay, State of Franchise, you're going to have to tell me who your hookup is.
Send a link.
4 terabyte SSD?
Send a link.
Or is it 4 terabyte HD? Was this for $100?
No, you got to send the link because I don't believe that. Not no SSD for 4 terabytes. Nah, send the link. Send the link, sir. Compulsive footballer. Hey, you've been here for a while, man. Good to see you. Oh yeah, I forgot you got struck by lightning. He wasn't at work.
That's messed up.
No, because he's usually at work when he hits us up. He said, "I got No Man's Sky when it first came out. What a shit show! Constant grind to stay alive, and going to another planet. Wait, the same task, same lines. Yeah, but that DJ went through the same thing.
Yeah, because the streams are up. I have the streams from release night. They're still on the channel, by the way."
He said it's a beautiful, the game is beautiful, it's so-called space though, but it came a long way. Nice game now, tired of these unfinished games. I agree, I'm an offline gamer, hardly ever update my game. You hardly ever update the game. Well, you're more hardcore than I am, at least I update it.
Got Walmart, What brand is this?
He said he got
They got it from Walmart. What brand is this?
Oh, it's an external SSD for that's still a good price though. Yeah, what brand though?
What brand is this? You got it from Walmart. I'm worried about that.
Yeah, I'm about to look this up. 4 TB SSD.
Yeah, hold up.
Cause he ain't sending the link, so
right.
Okay, that's Samsung.
I'm off work. Tried to have fun. I almost died. I'm staying at work for my life.
That's funny. No, man, because I'm looking at the Samsung ones for $429.
They say you got it at Walmart, so let me
Yeah,
check
that's
Walmart.
what I'm saying. This Walmart.com.
It better not be like a Walmart brand SSD.
Yeah, he might have got that one that ONN one and ONN. He might have got that ONN.
Oh, no.
Hey, let me tell you something. ONN, those Walmart brand, the only thing they're good for is like TV mounts. Don't buy nothing else. They got good TV mounts, but don't buy nothing else. Oh, he said he got Seagate 2 years ago. Seagate?
Oh, 2 years ago?
No, you didn't get no 4 terabyte SSD for 2 years ago.
Oh boy,
not no $100 because SSDs were expensive.
More expensive back then.
And that was like a 500 gigabyte one. Hell, a 128 gigabyte one was like almost $200 2 years ago. Seagate.
Okay. All right, I'm looking at Walmart right now. This dude lying. 4 terabyte SSD. Almost $500 Samsung.
Send the link, bro. Send the link, man. I need to see the link.
You stole that shit.
He got it from
discount.
He got it from AliExpress.
The closest thing, and it actually has a range. What is it? U32 Shadow. 4 terabyte USB-C external for the PlayStation 4. The lowest it sells is at 100. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull back because now I'm finding stuff. Okay, let's see. Oh no, I read that wrong. Nope. Everything stays. I think I don't believe.
He said maybe it was 200.
Oh my god. Maybe it was over.
No, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Maybe he got it mixed up with this. This probably what he got. Let me see. He probably didn't get an SSD. This what he probably got.
Because he said HD in the thing too.
He probably got this.
Yeah, that's what he got.
And that's what I got. I got this right. I got the same one right. Now these are good. They're really good for the PlayStation. I agree.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if you go on Amazon, I think Adata has one or Adata or whatever. I was able to buy my external SSD. I think that's 1 terabyte. It was 1 terabyte and it's like 120 something.
That sounds about right. He probably got this. Probably what he got, and it's not an SSD. This is a regular. But I got it's 4 terabytes, like you said, and it's 150. I got that one for my PS4 Pro. That's the one I got for my PlayStation 4 Pro.
Oh, and Antonio, I'm not.
See that what he said? See that what he said? He said that's exactly what he got.
Yeah. I figured it was an HD.
Yeah, that's okay.
SSD, but Antonio, no, I'm not close to getting neither one.
I said it, man. I might have to go to that website, bro.
I'm not.
I might have to go. I might have to go to StockX, man. I was talking about it on my other podcast. Like I might have to go and do it, man. StockX they're like $600-700, man.
Nah, I ain't doing that shit. I'm not letting these scalpers win. I'm like, nah, that's not happening.
I might have to do it. Right now, there's $653 right now.
That's crazy. Nah, $399.
$399 for a Series X, man. Oh, you trying to get the
$399. Well, PS5 digital.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You trying to get the digital one. Yeah, you trying to get the digital one. So that makes sense.
So let me see how much this was. I would just want to make sure I got the correct price, or what is it right now?
Yeah, right now they're $680 right now for the Series X.
All right, so the data SSD one, I'm looking on Amazon. You can get it right now for $129.90. So basically $130 for 1 terabyte. Or you can cut it in half for $512, which is the same as the Xbox Series S for $84.99, 512 gigabytes.
Yeah, man. I might have to take some. I might have to take some of that crypto money, take some of that out. Yeah, I might have to do that, man. Because I mean, this right here, man. I can't lie. I'm gonna show it on the screen, man. I'm getting desperate, bro. This right here, kind of looking a little enticing right now, man. That's $687, man. I don't know, man. I might have to do it.
Mm.
I told my wife about it. She was like, "Well," I said, "I'm gonna use my crypto money." She said, "Whatever you do, just don't." She said, "Well, she basically gave me that. You know what time it is. Look, so you know how that go."
Well, the thing is like to pay that much for what are you gonna be playing?
hey, I'm moving all my stuff, my Xbox stuff over so I can play in high fidelity. You know, all the Xbox One and Xbox 360 games, man, they're like almost like 4K 60 now. So that
Again, what are you going to be playing?
hey,
That's going to be worth the amount of money that you are thinking about spending.
I just told you, man. Hey, look, I'll play Outriders. I'm gonna play On Rush.
See a
Hey,
franchise
man.
like on Drain Little VS College Fund.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, man. Y'all want to see me alive, right? Hey, I can't do that, man. Hey, man. I got a little money saved, bro. I can't. My wife already told me, man. Look, listen. And it ain't. That's why. Hey, let me tell you something. It's happening when you have the married life, man. You can't be making them big purchases like you want to, man. That's like only downside to it, man. You're part of a team now, and when one part of the team is saying no, you have to compromise, bro. But that's calling me right now, man. I might check out them pickup videos, man. Y'all might see me with this, man. Stock X for life.
He'll wind up picking up his jaw. The wife got a hold of him. If you make that purchase.
Hey, man. It's how it look like Alexa's boyfriend. You stupid. It does look like Alexa's boyfriend. You dumb. Xbox. Oh, hey, can't you still do that on the Xbox? Xbox record that? You can't do that no more?
Oh God, I don't know. Because that wasn't that tied to the camera.
The Kinect, yeah, it was tied to the Kinect. That's
and
right.
Now the Kinect, now if you think about it, both cameras have been really failures as far as the selling point for these consoles. So
yeah, as far as I like what they can do, but as far as selling points, they were failures. I agree, because even the PlayStation camera was actually, I mean, based on what it was and the quality of it, both of them were actually pretty good. But I think it was one time these Xbox was saying that the Kinect was essential, that it helped it give it more power or something like that. Yo, hey, I don't know if you guys were around. But from 2013 to like mid 2016, yo, these Xbox, boy, they was on one, but they were crazy.
I tell you what, they was just like all these teraflops operated and powered from Uranus.
Power of the cloud, 4 Titans. You're going to get graphical fidelity from the cloud, and your regular Xbox console going to turn into this super PC because of the cloud. It was ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it didn't mention any games that were coming out.
Nothing.
You know,
Nothing.
And it's funny because somebody was talking about how like this generation you starting to see again delays, games getting delayed. I'm like, we've been dealing with this for the last 4 years. Games getting pushed back. They're not ready yet. And when will they be ready? I don't know. I know another game just got pushed back to September later this year, and of course somebody got on the Halo news. That was
shout out to Kotaku. What is it, Kotaku? Shout out to them.
Kotaku. They got that was
and they put it out on Twitter though. We got sorry.
It was funny because when that person apparently when he saw it, I think some people they do get got because they look at the name, they look at the little character next to the name.
Think it's a verification check.
And they think, even if it's like an 8 ball for 7 in the middle, they all think it's a verification. They're like, oh my God, let me jump on this. I was just like, he wrote that article real quick thing. I was like,
man,
I got scoop on this one.
My man had to copy and paste. There's no way he typed that up that fast, because that tweet was out. That article was up in like 4 minutes, bro. It was like right behind it. I was like, yo, what? Usually when tweets like that happen, you would like to like go into the DM and ask them how credible it is, or at least have some type of dialogue with them before you tweet that out, or you make an article. It's like really ridiculous how they did that. But
the thing is, it's like you have an editor that should go through, and the fact that it made it past them,
L's. Pretty much. Anything else you got before we slide out of here? I don't have anything else. This is a pretty good episode. Really good. I know somebody asked. I think compulsive footballer. He asked.
Please pronunciate.
Why? I thought I said that right there. A compulsive
No,
footballer.
it's just pronunciating because you play it over, you'll hear it.
Okay. I must have said it really slow and weird or something.
No, you just didn't pronunciate it like ask.
Pronunciate. Ask.
Just like I know somebody's ass and didn't.
Oh, like
Didn't
I said, ask
pronunciate
instead. It sound like I said.
yeah.
Sound like I said. ASS.
Yeah.
Ass. Well, anyway, he asked how Bills are doing. He's been out for the last couple podcasts. He said that he wanted to take an indefinite leave, but the link is always open for him if he wants to come back. There's no big deal. So as far as I'm concerned, he's still a member of the podcast as far as I know. But yeah, as far as I know, he's good. Pooh, you're late.
Talking about yo.
Yeah, like he's like we just started. But yeah, he's good. He's good. There's nothing out of the way happening with him. He's straight. But I don't have anything else. You want to add anything before we go, DJ?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Oh yeah, this mess with the Houston Astros, I think is hilarious.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And I talked about it last night, but I want to make mention of it again because I also mentioned last night that Dusty Baker had his comment. He put in his 2 cents, which didn't make any sense because it was just one of those comments that was like, "Kumbaya, can't we all just get along?" And it's one of those things where, when this all happened with the Houston Astros, there were no fans reacting to this because there were no fans in the stands. They played 60 games where the Astros, not only did most of their players go unpunished, the team overall felt like it went unpunished. They were unapologetic, and there were no fans reacting to it. It was just the players, the opposing teams that the Astros and the commissioner were worried about. But now they have the fans, and you see the fans are throwing trash cans onto the field, inflatable trash cans. They actually threw a real trash can on the field when the Astros were out on the field. And I'm sitting there watching now. The Astros are beating the A's 2-0. But and this one's in Houston, so I don't. Wow, Oakland's some trash, like for real trash. I think the joke in this series. I think the joke in this series was that Houston Astros can't win without trash. Well, on the other team, I can count 9 trash cans on the field.
That's my secondary team, man. Don't do that, man.
The Oakland A's.
I know what you was about to say. Shut up.
The Oakland trash cans right now. This dude just bobbled up the clip, and then he almost hurt himself.
You think they're gonna ever let that down, bro?
No. As far as, they never. They weren't. I'm recorded saying they should have received the death sentence. They didn't get the death sentence. They should have
got SMU. They should have got like SMU got
death sentence.
Hey, SMU cheated, but they never recovered from that. That's crazy. They never recovered.
How does a team go unpunished? They're unapologetic, and then somehow they were able to make it to almost the World Series. Oh no, they weren't they in. No, they lost. They lost in the NLCS, ALCS, and
right.
But still, I'm like, the only revenge that maybe me personally is this hat tells you. We got revenge because we beat their asses. We showed them that they are the trash cans that they project themselves up to be. So yeah. But as far as Dusty Baker is concerned,
hold on. You a Dusty's? You been listening to Tommy Sotomayor call him Dusties?
Oh no, I'm not gonna even ask. But with Dusty, he just needed to just shut up. Honestly. I'm like,
it was that bad?
He was talking about people in glass houses shouldn't cast the first stone. I'm like, bitch, you weren't even involved in this. If you don't even have a house to throw something from, so you're just in here cooning, basically, at this point.
That's crazy. Antonio said he should be getting the Series XS later this month. State of Franchise says the fans are wilding, rightfully so.
And it's funny because I saw the video. They were actually playing beach volleyball with the trash can. And it just happened. They didn't throw the inflatable one on the field. They threw the actual trash can on the field. But the inflatable, they were hitting around like a beach ball. And then all of a sudden, it just landed into the field.
Rightfully so.
Especially with the Oakland A's out there.
All right, what you got, DJ? Before we go,
Uh, it's been a good episode. I'm oh, wow, I'm stuck.
don't feel
Yeah,
bad. It happened to me too.
well, it's happening to me because I'm just blank right now. So I'm like, it was a good episode. Lots of participation from the chat. Definitely appreciate it. We'll definitely be back next week with another episode. And then, as always, you can find me on Twitter. Throw a curveball there. You thought I was
You think I can't catch up with you?
Well, anyway, on Twitter you can find me there, DJ81. On Twitch you can find me on EVO325. I'm the host of the show What the Fuck Just Happened, in which I got without even thinking about it. VF said it earlier, so we've made it. We've made it. So
what episode you are now? What episode you are now?
23.
23?
We're 22 are done. Now we're on episode 23. I just went off talking about King Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong in the last episode, and also brought up, and actually Bill's had this idea for the for social anxiety. I just went off on that topic.
Yeah, I know you was talking about that yesterday. I was listening to it.
Yeah, so I'm like, I think it's a good thing to bring up every now and then, because we're online, and you never know what somebody's going through. But then on top of that, it's like, we have devices that either enable this this anxiety, this social disorder or whatnot, and people just need to be up. Well, there needs to be a place where people just can be upfront and be transparent and be like free to tell folks about it. So that's what I started to do. I know folks have already talked about it, so it's not a new thing, but right. it definitely was a good thing to talk about last night. So.
You do know, as open social media is, people deal with stuff like that and still are afraid to express themselves, even though that social media is basically like a diary. Like they can, because a lot of people say, "Oh, you're behind the keyboard, so it's easy for you to say what you say." Even with that, some people who are going through stuff and it's so tough for them, it's not as easy for them just to put it out there like people think it is. Or keyboard warriors. Some people going through real tough stuff. It's still hard for them to put it out there like that. So I know there's some people on Twitter right now, they don't tweet as much. Every now and then I'll send them a DM just to ask how they're doing. And, some of them are actually surprised that I do, because, like I said, you never know what people are going through. That's why I kind of stopped going at people on Twitter, because you don't know the reason why they tweeted that. You don't know why they're thinking the way they're thinking. I mean, in some cases, you can make things worse than what it is. So,
right.
But, it's a really good topic that you was talking about. I think more people should take heed to that and at least take some time to think about it.
Right.
As far as me, my episode of the VF Cast, episode 3, will be on Saturday at 8:30. We're gonna dig more into these consoles, talk about those and the end of life of these consoles. That's basically, the gist of that episode. And we'll talk about some other things as well. I'll reveal that at a later time. Also, I will be streaming probably early in midday of tomorrow, if I don't have other things I need to do. Definitely will be streaming. I want to finish Remnant of the Ashes. I was supposed to start playing Rage 2, but I've gotten so immersed in this game. I really like this game, that Remnant game. I highly recommend playing it. To me, I really enjoy it. So I'll probably be playing some of that. I am going to try to get into some more Madden, because I'm still in year 2. The preseason game, the last preseason game I have to play the Giants. And guess what I have to play week 1? The Giants. Yeah, it's weird how they set that up. Preseason and turn back around and play them.
I always hated Madden's scheduling after year 1.
It's really weird, but I'll be probably doing that as well, and I'm gonna be doing a variety stream throughout. But those 2 games I'm definitely gonna be playing. Hopefully, I'll finish Remnant by maybe Saturday or Sunday. We'll see, but we don't know. I highly recommend it. I think people should try it if you like third person shooters. Other than that, I think everything is kosher. Everything's on the up and up. If you guys haven't already, check out the Patreon. Also, check out the content not only on my channel but DJ channel, and you can check out the content on the VF Cast. I am doing the pickup videos on the VF Cast channel now. I don't know, a lot of people didn't know. The views aren't as high as they normally are because I just put it over there. I will put the pickup number 10. I will put that on this channel tomorrow, just to give people an update that those videos are going to be transferring over there. And I will be having a pickup video as well on Monday. So thank you guys. I can't tell you guys enough. I really appreciate you guys for supporting. The numbers were up today. The interaction in the comments were very, very good. That was really good. I was glad to see that. And that's what we like to see. We like to see more of that. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get up out of here. Pelican Man, it was good to see you. We need you to comment more so we can roast you some more. That episode we did was great. You've been a good sport. You guys be safe. You guys take care of you guys. Have a good weekend and check out our content over the weekend. And we'll see you guys again on Tuesday. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peter King, kiss my ass.
Hey, man, he came out with a pretty good... You know what? Never mind. You're right.